preface. What went wrong with Sri Lanka or
Sri
organic
Lanka
farming?
with the Belt Road Initiative of Sri Lanka, or the Chinese debt and the organic farming coming together.
So this is something that everybody should have realized, that this is like a pyramid scheme in a sense, right? You're not told ki kya hone wala hai and all of that. You don't know the real price. You're given all of this upfront. You go for it and then you're finished because you can't afford because there's no return to it. See, everybody thinks that in the West, if you build new infrastructure, growth automatically happens. Why? Because all the other factors, the land laws are in place, the labor laws are in place, the regulatory framework is easy, it's predictable, everything. Therefore, a new infrastructure leads to automatic growth. In Asia, infrastructure does not lead to growth when your regulatory environment is shit, when your labor laws are crap, when your land acquisition laws are crap, etc., etc., etc. Okay. तो इसमें क्या होता है कि with all these Belt and Road Initiative countries, Pakistan was very smart this way. Pakistan, all the feudal lords, they came together to go on putting badha after badha after badha on every Chinese project. The Chinese threw up their hands and say, we can't deal with this country, we're getting out. So the Pakistani feudal lords actually saved Pakistan from the stupidity of their own government. There was none of that in Sri Lanka for them to save them from the stupidity of their own government. Right? So now they're stuck in a debt trap. Now, how did organic farming contribute to this? The problem was organic farming is very good. Okay, it's extremely healthy, it's good for the environment, it's good for everything. Now, it is fine if it is done in niches. Okay, because organic farming is much more expensive than chemical farming. So the people who can afford it, the amount of production, etc., is very, very limited. Your production will fall, your your costs increase, and so overall costs, the cost of farming itself is more, and then when your economies of scale reduce, that increases the prices further. Which is why the vegan organic lifestyle is the most expensive lifestyle you can lead. You can't have milk, so you drink almond milk. It costs today from a commercial farm. Cow milk is not that expensive, whereas almond, even today, per liter of milk you extract from almonds. Badam ka 1 kilo aajkal kitna aata hai? Tu to Kashmiri hai, to tere ko you should know this figure out of the top of your head. Bata, kitna hai 1 kilo badam?
Not sure.
Not sure. Kaisa Kashmiri hai? 1 liter almond milk will be exponentially multiple factors costlier than regular cow's milk. Okay, it's the same with organic farming, exponentially costly. So it's meant for a niche, this thing. So for example, most people around me can't afford cruelty-free chicken or organic mutton. I can. So I go in for cruelty-free chicken and cruelty-free mutton. Okay. Same with beef. I only eat imported beef mostly because Indian cows taste absolute rubbish. They're badly looked after, etc., etc. And European beef is fantastic. So you get European or Japanese beef. One is a quality choice. The other is a lifestyle choice. Okay. Quality, I don't like what is available. Therefore, I'm getting imported stuff. Lifestyle, I don't want to eat battery chickens because I think it's cruel to them. I don't want to eat bakra that's raised badly or killed cruelly. And therefore, I will go in for a jhatka organic mutton and a cruelty-free chicken, free-range cruelty-free chicken. Okay. But these are choices I can make because I am high disposable income. If you go to a poor person who is already protein deficient, remember 45% of India is malnourished. 33% are stunted because of protein deficiency. You go to the average Indian and say, Bhaiya, tum organic jhatka mutton kharido, nahi to fir cruelty-free, free-range corn-fed chicken kharido, nahi to fir imported Wagyu beef Japan se beer-fed beef le aake khao. And bug. Okay, you can't. Yeah, almonds milk, say chai pio. First of all, he'll drink it and he'll spit it out because you're not used to the taste.
Right.
So he doesn't care what the cost of cruelty to that animal. You know, the dairy industry in India is a lot more cruel to cows than the meat industry in India.
Okay.
And they don't realize that. It's the most horrific industry around. But, you know, they're the most strident Gau Rakshak will still have huge quantities of dahi, which would have literally resulted in collapsed udders of God knows how many hundreds of cows and them dying slow, painful deaths. Anyway, that's their problem. They don't seem to realize where all their leather comes from either, or where temple cows go after they've seen their milk. But like I said, it's very convenient for you to blot it out because you are stuck in poverty. Right? So Sri Lanka, you cannot make the entire economy organic. It's not going to work. It is a niche product meant for niche sectors. Even in rich countries like Sweden, only a percentage of the population that can fly business class or things like that decides to go vegan. It's a hip, new in thing to do for young professionals who earn a lot of money. Average people cannot afford to go organic, vegan, and all of that.
So, lastly, Abhijit, like a one-liner on these three economies, what would you foresee in the next 1 or 2 years for Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka? This is a neighborhood which concerns India a lot.
So Pakistan has constantly been tottering on the brink for the last 20 years. I don't see that changing. This is not going to be the last balance of payments crisis and things like that happens in Pakistan. There are going to be many other precipices, many other brinks. It's just going to be more of the same. Bangladesh, there's a temporary setback. Unless there is some new shock that comes about, another war or something like that, that significantly disrupts commodities where Bangladesh and Pakistan get screwed over, in which case things can change. So, for example, Europe is managing. However, if this winter is particularly cold, say you get a particularly nasty winter where energy consumption skyrockets, there's no way you can do without Russian gas and you're going to get jacked. So there are lots of unpredictables in this. But as the situation stands today, Pakistan keeps tottering, but it never really goes down. Bangladesh, temporary hiccup, and then back to growth.
Sri Lanka. Yeah, I'm not good.
एक सवाल I wanted to ask about the Indian mindset, that I have seen a lot of people